Welcome to the airflow in the SRX550 Services Gateway video, which discusses the cooling system for the Services Gateway. This video covers the following topics: requirements for maintaining uninterrupted airflow, understanding the cooling system, maintaining airflow in a cabinet or rack, and maintaining temperature. Let's discuss the clearance distance needed to ensure optimum cooling and to facilitate easy maintenance of the SRX550 Services Gateway. Provide 8.7 inches of space at the front of the chassis and 17.4 inches of space at the rear of the chassis for service personnel to remove and install hardware components. To maintain unrestricted airflow around the chassis, provide 6 inches of space between the sides of the chassis and any non-heat producing surface, such as a wall or a cabinet side. Now let's understand what is needed to prevent airflow restrictions so that the cooling system can function properly. For a proper airflow, route and dress all cables to minimize the blockage of airflow from and to the chassis. The power supply must remain in the chassis, or a blank panel must be used in an empty slot. Make sure that you do not leave a power supply slot empty for more than 30 minutes while the Services Gateway is operating. The SRX550 Services Gateway cooling system consists of 4 fixed fans. The fans provide cooling to the components that are installed in the Services Gateway. The SRX550 Services Gateway provides side-to-side cooling to the chassis. The cool air enters the vents on the left side of the device. The cool air circulates through all internal components to absorb the heat and then exits the vents on the right side of the device. If the SRX550 Services Gateway is installed in a cabinet, ensure that the cool air supply you provide through the cabinet can adequately dissipate the thermal output of the Services Gateway. Also remember that installing the chassis close to the front of the cabinet maximizes the clearance in the rear of the cabinet for critical airflow. Please note that if you are mounting the Services Gateway in a cabinet or a rack with other equipment, it is very important to ensure that the exhaust from other equipment does not blow into the intake vents of the chassis. To maintain appropriate functioning of the SRX550 Services Gateway, the fan controller constantly monitors the temperature of the Services Gateway and all modules installed on the device. Please note that to prevent the Services Gateway from overheating, you must not operate it in an area that exceeds the maximum recommended ambient temperature of 104 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius. Thank you for watching this video. To learn more about the SRX550 Services Gateway, please visit our technical documentation page.